Hello everybody and welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. In this episode I will show you how to make kind of like a password mechanism. So by a password I mean that you have to press these buttons in a particular order, otherwise the door won't open. So if I do a random combination, for example from left to right, you see that apart the noise it makes, the door doesn't open. So I can reset the whole mechanism by pressing this button for a few seconds. And we're gonna try again from right to left this time. And the same, nothing happens, right? So I reset it again. And we're gonna try on the side and in the middle. Nothing happens also. So I'm gonna show you actually what is my password now. So I choose, because you can choose any combination you want. So I choose first middle, then right, and then left. And as you see, it actually opened the door. It works, right? So I just reset it. And now I'm going to show you how all of it works. So here it is. This is how it actually works. So you can see that the mechanism is in two different parts. This is the actual locking mechanism. You can see that I built it in a way that you need them to be moved in a particular order, otherwise it won't work. So as you can see there, logically, the first one that has to be moved is the one that is close to the sensor, then the middle one, and finally the last one. Okay, if you move the last one or the middle one first, it won't work because I put some stuff that prevent it from going up, right? So I'm going to show you how. I didn't explain that. Yes, so that you can see that these three buttons are connected to one controller each, and this controller controls each one of these parts, which will, when activated, push this one, this part which is attached to a bearing which is free, so it will push the part in front of a sensor which will be activated. And when this sensor is activated, you can see that this one will lift, will activate this controller, which will activate the last part. So you can choose basically in which order you want the buttons to be. You can choose the combination by just like choosing the order for the controllers, but you can also do it there and choose, for example, this controller for that, and etc. So you can do it in multiple stage. And how to reset it? So when this is pushed, it will be against this sensor. So I put another controller there, which controls all of these three bearings, which will push back this part against this part. So as you can see that we need to open this lock in a particular order, so we need to close it also in a particular order. So you have to do all of these bearings with these three bearings in sequence, such as this. You see that they are not at the same time, because you want the first one, this one close to the sensor, to be put down first, then the middle one, and then the last one. So if I do the password, you see if I press this one, it will push this part in front of the sensor, which will lift this part. Then the same for that. You see that it does it very well, and again it lifts this part. And finally this one, which will lift the last one. And you can see that the door is actually in reverse, which means that when the sensor is activated, the door will be shut down, would be closed, sorry. And when the sensor is deactivated, it will open the door. So I'm going to show you the reset mechanism now. So you can see that it pushes back all the different parts, and it had to do it on video, didn't it? So sometimes, yeah, there is a small yeah. So now I can reset it again. Yeah, here we go. So now we can see it's locked back again, no problem at all. So if I do not the right combination, if I do this, for example, you see that, you know, it tries to open, but, you know, as they open from this side, in the middle one goes the other side, they kind of conflict each other, and they cannot open. You can see that the sensor is still activated, and if you reset, it will do it in the right way also. Yeah. So you can see it works pretty well, and you could do it with more buttons. Just had to add more controllers there, and more sensors, and do that again. And the same there, you have to extend forwards and try to think of with a mechanism that is such as this one. Yeah, and that's basically it. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Bye.